today I'm going to be making one of my favorite salads, and that is a fajita salad. Some chicken, some peppers and onions, some garlic, lettuce, all the good fixings too, like sour cream and guacamole. There's endless toppings that you can do for yourself. So let's get to it. I'm going to show you how to clean the lettuce and cut the lettuce first. But first, make sure you wash your hands for at least 20 seconds, hot water, soap. Alright, I already washed my hands, cut the time on the segment. So we're going to go into cutting the lettuce. I also have Katie helping me out. She's going to ask some questions.
Hi.
I'm
the filmmaker.
I keep flowing. Yes, she's my camera lady. So here we go, guys. Alright, let's start by making our lettuce. So today, we got our fresh romaine from our garden, which I'll take you guys to one of these days. So right here we got a romaine lettuce. Right here is our cores. We don't want that in our salad. That's nasty. So we're gonna cut it right here eventually. But you know, a good tip too is I like to cut it in half, so that way you get more of your lettuce, and you can see the core right here.
You can actually grow it, the lettuce from the core.
So you cut it here in a little V shape you got going here, and then there you go. And that's how you remove the core from the romaine. Alright, so right here we got the other half. We're going to cut. We're going to cut. Alright, so now we have our lettuce. We're going to gather it up.
Can you use iceberg lettuce?
You can use whatever favorite lettuce you want. Just make sure you remove the core. I personally like romaine lettuce.
Why do you think you like romaine better?
That's the way it tastes and the color profile. I like the dark green. And they say that darker greens are a little healthier for you. Has a little bit more vitamins. So right here, just being careful.
And more of a crunch.
Right, yep. So when you cut lettuce or you're cutting, you always have your fingers like here and your blade against your knuckles. So that way your fingers are out of the way and you're using the thumb to kind of push. So when you're cutting, right here, we're going to cut our core out again. Alright, so you can see now, got my hands, it's like almost like a claw type deal. And then that way my knife is against my knuckles and I'm cutting. So that way I can tell you how big the slices are. So I'm cutting this relatively small because you want this to be bite-sized pieces. So I'm looking for kind of a 1/4 inch. Right? So you can see the size of our lettuce. That's bite size. It'll fit nicely on our fork and into our mouth. All this right here. And you know, it grows in the dirt, so it's really dirty. You can wash it whole, but for this I like to kind of cut it up. This is what you call a salad spinner. I like this one because this one you push down instead of you using the ripcord like you're trying to start a lawnmower. I don't know, I don't want my shoulder to hurt, so this is a lot easier to press down. So right here we're going to put our lettuce in our strainer here.
So actually the strainer, the salad spinner actually helps not only clean all the yucks off of the lettuce, but it helps keep the lettuce crispy because the water actually makes it soggy.
Yeah,
so if you want crispy lettuce for your salad, it's best to use this strainer or even dab it with a paper towel.
So we're going to give our lettuce a really nice wash here. What we're doing is we're washing away all that dirt that you really can't see with your eye, but you can rinse it off and eventually you'll see it. The dirt will actually go to the bottom of the bowl. If there is any dirt, sometimes there isn't, but it's always good to wash your lettuce. Okay, so we're washing our lettuce here, and then we're going to put it in our strainer like so. You don't want to just pour this into the strainer because then you're literally just pouring the dirt right back onto your salad. You can let it sit here in the water too for a couple of minutes.
And use cold water.
Yeah, use cold water. Don't use hot water. You don't want to cook your lettuce. Cold water will help keep your lettuce nice and crisp. So try to get it all out as best you can. So looks like our water is fairly clean. Well, that's really good. That means our lettuce wasn't as dirty. But it's always good to wash your lettuce. So now we're going to dump that out. And you don't want to serve it like this, because when you go to serve it like this and use your dressing, it's going to be all watery and not very good. So we want to get all that excess water off.
That's what I was saying, the importance of drying the lettuce off.
So we're just going to place it on here, and this is really cool because think of it like a washing machine or a dryer. It's going to spin. Oops, you got to make sure it lines up. There we go. Nope. I don't got it on here quite right. Here we go. Where is it? Let's go. There we go. Got it now. There we go. There we go. Spin. And we're just going to push down, and what that's doing is taking that water off our lettuce for us. Just let it do its thing. This is fun. I like doing this. Trying to get all that excess water off of our lettuce there. And then there's always a little brake on this to keep it from going. So this little button right here is our brake. And it stops it. See? Just stopped. So now you can see all that water that was in there. That was on our lettuce. That's about a good quarter cup of water that we don't want. So do it right here. Do it one more time, just to make sure that our salad is nice and dry. All right, here we go. We'll stop. Alright, you can see that the bowl is now dry. It was not nearly as much water as in it before. So now we're just going to leave our lettuce in our bowl here. And if there's any little extra stuff while we're cooking, it'll drain away.
Because again, you want that lettuce to be fairly dry.
Yes, exactly.
The less water on it, the better.
Alright, so now we're going to go into our chicken. Now I already cooked the chicken, so you can use this again with leftover chicken. Just add a little bit of garlic and cumin to it. The powder right here. You would just add a little bit to it, just to taste, and to get that nice little Mexican flavor. So I already cooked my chicken. So you always want to cook your chicken until it gets to 165 degrees. And that's when your chicken will be done. Lovely, lovely chicken. So that is good. You can even serve the chicken hot. You can serve it cold, your preference. So I got that kind of cooling off right now. Now we're going to go into our peppers. So you notice that I have some gloves on. And that's because this one is kind of spicy. And this is called our Poblano pepper. This is how you make your chili relleno peppers. Usually they fry it on some egg whites. And they stuff it with cheese. And they put a red sauce on it. That's how you make your chili rellenos. So this is our Poblano chili. And it's a little spicy. So I want to be careful. So I'm wearing my gloves. And I like to put it on a different kind of cutting board if you have one. And then we're simply just going to cut it. We're going to remove our seeds and our membrane here. That's where the spice is. So get that out. So right here is the membrane, our seeds. We want to remove that.
And you said that's where the spice is?
And that's where the spices, the oils, majority of the oils, which is called capsaicin. And that is where the heat is. So this one isn't too crazy hot. It's not as hot as a jalapeno. It does have a little mild spice to it, but you know, you don't want to touch your skin after you handle this because it could be irritating. So you're just going to cut this into nice strips. So this is kind of wide. So this one I'm just going to cut. And because it is spicy, kind of like to cut it a little bit smaller than my other bell peppers. I like spice, so I can leave this. If you don't like spice at all, you can easily substitute this with a green bell pepper. Green bell peppers are very, very mild. There's no spice to them. I like little spice and I like color in my food, so I like this beautiful green I got going here. So if you don't like spicy, this is very easy to substitute. Take this out. So right here we got our Poblano pepper all nice and chopped up. So right here we have our little mini bell peppers. I like working with these guys because there's less seeds and they're sweet. So you have your green bell peppers, and then you have your red, your yellow, your orange. These ones are on the sweeter side. The red one is the sweetest out of them all. So you can see when I cut this, there's barely any seeds in here.
Now these are the same as the bell peppers, the big ones you see in the store?
They're the same thing, they're just smaller. Really good for your veggie trays.
So like a version of them?
Yeah, it's the same thing, they just haven't grown up. So we cut them. You can see no seeds, just barely anything. I like working with these guys. And they're quicker to work with too. So these ones I can cut into bigger pieces because I don't mind. But when you do cook, you want to make sure that roughly that all your pieces are the same size for cooking, because you don't want to overcook everything. Alright, so we got our bowl of peppers there. And now we're going to go into our infamous onion. So this right here makes a lot of people cry. And that's because of the juices that are in the onion. It reacts with our eyes and makes us cry. It burns. You can wear goggles if you want to. There's a lot of things out there. They say if you use a flame. No, I'll just show you an easy way. If you have a really nice knife, you start off with cutting the end off here. You don't cut off the root completely off yet. And you cut down the middle, keeping that root intact. And then now also keep your onion intact. And then you can peel the first layer off. Take that skin off. And then because you didn't cut that off, now it's going to make cutting your onion a lot easier. So we're actually going to go with the grain of the onion, which is kind of hard to see in this lighting, but there's little lines sometimes on the onions that you can see, and you can just follow it. So we're going to go cut, 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 right here, like so. You can cut it as thin or as thick as you like, just make sure that they're even. And then now, because there's not so many cuts, it's not going to bleed right away. And just cut off your end. And so now we have our onions in our little strips here. See that? Beautiful. Alright, so we got our onions here. So I like a lot of onion, so I'm just going to add a little more to mine. So again, don't cut the end off yet. Cut, cut, just to where the root is. And the same thing. And then if you want to make dice, then you just cut this way, like this. So you can think of the onion root here as you're kind of like a little makeshift handle. So we're going to cut. And here's our root. And then again, we have our sliced onions. Alrighty.
You can grow onions from the root too.
Oh yeah.
They're what are they called? Regrow vegetables. They regrow themselves.
Yeah, it's really neat. Alright guys, so now we're gonna go over here to our stove. We're gonna cook up our onions and peppers. Alright, so we got our pan going. I got a nice wide pan. I got a fairly high heat. Take off our spicy gloves. I got some garlic oil here. You can use any oil you like. We're gonna throw some oil down. It's gonna help cook our food, crisp it. The garlic oil is gonna add extra flavor to it. Make sure it gets nice and hot. It'll start to sheen. Just take a few seconds here. I love garlic oil. Just right away as it's heating up, I can just smell the beautiful garlic aroma that's coming off. One of my favorite shops that I like to go to when I go to Ventura is a shop that's called We Olive, and they have lots of flavored olive oils and balsamic vinegars. I love cooking with everything they have there. One of my favorite shops. The lady's really nice. Put my hand. It's kind of hot. Alright, so starting to get a nice sheen. Sometimes it'll start to smoke a little bit. That means that your pan's definitely ready and nice and hot. Alright, so we can do a little test right here too. Just throw a little piece away from you. So you can see it starts to sizzle right now, right away. Our pan is pretty hot. So first we're going to start with our onions a little bit here. Alright, I love onions, guys. That's so good. Really cool too. There's several different kinds of onions. So this onion that we're actually using is a yellow onion, and it kind of has a sweet tone. It's pretty much an all-purpose onion. You can use it for everything. Then you have onions that are white, and those ones you like to use for your tacos. Has a little more of a spicier bite to them. And then you have little red onions, which are called shallots. Those are really sweet. They're really good with vinegars and salad dressings. Very mild flavor onions. Then you have your green onions. Those are really nice and flavorful for your potatoes, any salads. They use it a lot in Asian cuisines. Also Mexican cuisine as well. So when your onions are starting to turn a little glossy here, starting to turn a little brown, I'm going to throw in our peppers now. So I'm cooking this on a high heat. You want this to be high. You don't want to do a crazy you don't want to overcrowd your pan, so this is just about enough. And just move it around so yeah. Oh wow. This is starting to smell good, guys. I love fajitas. One of my favorite dishes that I like to order when I go to a Mexican restaurant. Look how pretty it is with all the different colors. You got white, you got yellow, you got orange, red, dark green here. And then you'll have the real light green from our lettuce. It's gonna look really pretty when we're done serving it to our family members. There we go. Alright guys, it's been a few minutes. You know, you're probably going to cook this for about 5 minutes or so. You can see that the onions are starting to brown now. The peppers have some nice char marks on them. So this is where we're going to season our food. I'm going to use some salt. Just give a nice little sprinkle over the top here. Some garlic powder. Actually, this is granulated garlic. I'm going to sprinkle this over too. You can also use fresh garlic as well.
Fresh garlic's even better.
You can even throw it in right now. I'm going to throw in some cumin. This will give it some nice little smoky flavor. I love cumin.
You actually very rarely use garlic powder. Your main ingredient is that kosher salt and that granulated garlic.
Yeah. I usually use garlic powder when I'm making garlic bread. That's where it's really good. Alright.
To mix with the butter?
Yeah, to mix with the butter. You don't get that grainy texture. Has a little more of a garlic flavor to it. More refined. Alright, so this is looking quite nice now. You can cook this as much as you want. I like it like this with a little bit of crunch to my peppers. Got some charness going. God, guys, I really wish you could smell this. All right. Beautiful. I'm going to turn the heat off. That's ready. I'm going to leave it here on the stove for a second. Then we're going to come over here. And now we're going to plate up our food. So I'm going to grab my chicken out of my oven here.
So he actually cooked it in a Ninja Foodie, just for time frame. He was gonna put it on the smoker today, but again, just time.
Time, whatever preference. Not everybody has a grill or a smoker like Katie was mentioning. You can also use this too with any leftover chicken. So here, I left the skin on because it helps keep it moist. So I'm just going to just remove the skin. I also like the bone as well because it adds extra flavor. If you like the skin, save it, chop it up, add it in there for yourself.
And this one's dark meat, right?
Yeah, this one's dark meat.
Unfortunately, the store was out of, what do you usually get? Chicken breast?
I usually get chicken breasts. Well, whatever your preference of chicken that you like. If you like dark meat, like Katie was saying this is, then use dark meat. And if you like breasts, use breasts. Or if you like both, then add both. So this is already cooled enough so I can handle this. You can serve it cold or you can serve it hot. So now we're just going to get ready. Right here. So okay. So now we're just going to, you can use your hands if it's cool enough for you. Use 2 forks if you want to help shred the meat up. So right now we're just shredding the meat into even more bite-sized pieces here. So this was flavored with some salt, pepper, some granulated garlic, some cumin, some lime juice. Those are all real typical flavors. So I got it here. So just breaking it up. I'm gonna give my hands a quick rinse here. That looks pretty good to me. Alright guys, so now we're going to go into building our salad. So we're going to grab a little bit of our lettuce here.
Look how dry that is.
Yeah, it's
Look
nice.
how crispy.
Look, listen. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's still crisp.
Snap, snap. Crisp, crisp.
Alright, so we got some of my homemade roasted tomatillo dressing here. And we're going to add it to our salad. Right here. Okay, and then now we're going to add our chicken. Throw our chicken on there. Well, this is a small salad. You can make it as big as you want. I'm going to come in with our beautiful peppers here. Our beautiful pepper mixture, peppers and onions here. Bam, look at that. And then we're going to get some cheese. If you like tomatoes, you can add tomatoes. I like tomatoes, so we're going to give this a little quick cut here.
Now you could have added that to the peppers too, right?
No, you don't want to do that because it'll be all warm and watery. I don't perfectly like that. I actually like it cold. That way it still stays crispy, but you can if that's what you like.
And what are you doing right now?
Just de-seeding it. So
what's that gonna do?
this is gonna keep it from being watery because these are Roma tomatoes. So I want to get all that seeds out in the middle, so you can see here. Keep it nice and crisp, and then we're just gonna give it a little.
Keeps your salad from getting soggy.
Yeah, it keeps your salad from getting soggy. So we cut in little strips. I'm just gonna do a nice little dice here. And dice means that just in a square, you know, just about the size of an actual dice cube. That's why it's called a dice. So I'm just going to throw some fresh tomatoes on here. Whatever you like, guys. This is where it gets fun. It's like pizza toppings. So we got our tomatoes. I'm going to throw some more of our fresh cilantro. Let's give it a nice little rip here. Sprinkle it on top. And then we're going to grab our queso fresco cheese, which is I like. It comes in this nice wheel right here. It's soft, it's creamy, it's really good.
It's crumbly.
It's very crumbly. A little salty.
It's almost like feta cheese, but kind of sweet.
Yeah, exactly.
More on the sweet scale.
It doesn't have that bitter taste to it.
But the same kind of texture.
So we're going to hit it with our queso fresco. If you don't like it or you can't find it, just use whatever your favorite cheese is here.
I'm sure it won't ruin it.
Don't ruin nothing. This is how you like it, guys, and this is how I like mine. So right here, I got some homemade pineapple salsa, or whatever your favorite salsa is. Just sprinkle a little bit around, just like so. I got some extra flavors here. I'm going to hit it with a little bit more lime. And let's get a little squeeze over. There's an extra little brightness and flavor. You're going to finish it off with some tortilla strips. You can easily find this at the 99-cent store or any grocery store. I just prefer to pay $1 instead of $2 or $3. Or you can make it at home. Just fry it up in some oil from corn tortillas. But there we got our definitely lovely, lovely colors going on here. Alright guys, it's almost time to eat it. I'm getting extra excited. Right now I even got some homemade guacamole. Whoop whoop. Everybody loves guacamole. You're gonna throw that on there. Bam! I don't even know how I'm gonna toss this, Katie. This is getting crazy now. They're getting crazy up here in Will's kitchen.
I have a question. Is it wives' tale to put the pit of the avocado into your dip?
It is a wise tale to put avocado into your dip.
Tale.
What you want to do is either put it with some lime juice, lemon juice. That acid is what's going to keep it from turning brown. Also, air is what's causing it to turn brown or oxidize. And it's really good to take some plastic wrap when you're done using your dip and press it all in there, seal it all really nice with some plastic wrap. and they'll really help keep your guacamole from turning crazy brown. And if it does, just give it a little stir, it'll revive it. So now we're gonna finish it off with some sour cream. Bam! There we go. I'm running out of room. I should have put this in a bigger bowl, huh? Alright, guys. I'm excited now. Katie's excited.
Yes,
So it's time to eat. So I hope you would enjoy this segment of how to make a fajita salad. And it's fresh. It's refreshing. Won't weigh you down. Summer's around the corner. I know everybody's trying to get into their summer bodies. So hopefully you guys make this. Let me know how you love it. I will include the recipe so you guys can follow along in the comments. Alright guys, here we go. Give a little mix. Oh my gosh, here we go. Here we go guys. Got some of the chicken, some of the salad, the guacamole, pineapple. Oh yeah. This is so good. Oh wow guys. Sorry, that's good. I shouldn't talk with my mouth full, but I'm too excited. Thank you guys. That was really good. I can't wait for you to tell me that you made this recipe when I see you. Have a good day. And I'm going to go because I'm very hungry. This is very good. I love you all.